All right. Well, the Green Bay Packers get the big old W in a massive game of Green Bay versus old Aaron Rodgers, AR-12. And yeah, a little bit of a bittersweet game. Um, Obviously, as a Packer fan, you're overall pretty happy, but I understand if you are a Packer fan and you're neutral because Aaron was such a good quarterback for such a long time, and I think this meme on NFC North Meme Wars explains it perfectly. This is what it was like beating Aaron Rodgers so bad. Yeah, it's just kind of sad. But hey, man, how about Joey Love, man? Doing it, playing absolutely magnificent out there. This is you know me, big defense guy, so we won't really talk too much about Jordan. Um, but yeah, a lot of good stuff from the defense. Still some stuff to work on. Keyshawn Nixon had a up and down game, super good highs, two big lows or so. Um, but yeah, it's just gonna be a breakdown. And well, yeah, great man. Jordan though played great, and the defense played very well too and worked on a lot of things. Still a lot to go over, but a lot of good signs for sure. And let's break them down. Jumping right into this first one. All right, so this is a 3rd and 3 early in the first quarter. Packers had a 3-and-out, and Aaron Rodgers taking his first set of downs ever against the Green Bay Packers in an actual game. So Packers love cover two. We talked about it all last week, and probably gonna be talking about the whole rest of the season. Halfley loves cover two, but the star of this video, or I should I say the anti-star, the not star, or sorry, not this video, this clip is Keyshawn Nixon, who once again has kind of been a little bit shaky so far this year overall. Had a really great start, been pretty shaky ever since. And yeah, like I said, this is a 3-3, and this is going to be an absolute just blown coverage by him. So let's just go through it. So I think Rogers calling an audible here. So he's saw the defense, saw it was about to, uh, you know, snap it, and there was not much of a change. So he wanted to shift the defense over. So the running back goes over here. Now you got Cooper. Remember, Cooper is had a fantastic game, and so he's gonna take on this guy. Um, but yeah, But really, main focus is gonna be this coverage right here. Aaron's gonna roll out, and he's just gonna get really bamboozled. Um, so once again, he wants to see everything. I mean, Aaron's been doing that. So once again, here's Cooper covering him, containing him. So Rodgers rolling out. Now this is arguably a hold. I thought maybe this could be a hold. We'll watch it through. See Keyshawn still sticking with his guy. This looks great, right? This is maybe a little bit covered, but Bullard's fast. I mean, that's fine. See, he's already there. But this is where things go crazy. Is Keyshawn is perfectly in line with him. And then McKinney starts to see that this guy stops, so he's going to start sprinting over here. Um, and then this is pretty well covered, and then just kind of lets loose. And yeah, he just lost sight of the ball. Um, and so yeah, see, look, he completely stopped. He's looking back. He didn't even think it's thrown his way. And yeah, boom, a huge gain, and another huge gain with Keyshawn. I mean, just 5 yards off his dude when he catches the ball. I mean, that's just wide open. And yeah, I feel like there's not a ton of like awful like because one before it was a very like easy coachable moment, but this one is very like he looks over, doesn't quite see, think Aaron's going for him, and yeah, so again, some more struggles with Keyshawn. Um, he's definitely going to be one of the big talking points and just contention points in our secondary and whatnot, because I mean, for being real, all these guys are pretty well covered. All these guys are pretty well covered, ready for their third and whatever. And maybe I'll do it right here. But Yeah, well, that's Keyshawn Nixon. Big blown coverage. Nothing too. It's not that terrible of a play. Um, but yeah, basically, because he really sticks with him for a long time. As you can see, he really sticks with him for a while, and then just kind of just gives up because he thinks the play's over. But man, you really gotta keep covering him, and so it's kind of. And so here, look, and McKinney has got the eyes on him, and Keyshawn is, yeah, he knows he messed up again. So, anyways, that's the first one I've seen. Let's go to the next one. All right, let's get into this one, because this one, I absolutely love this play from the Packers right here. So this is like a complete chess game. So the Steelers break huddle. Now the running back, Warren, lines up on Aaron's right side. And instantly, I mean, if you go, well, Aaron obviously after they break the huddle, he sees the defense, and you're gonna see he's always looking at Quay. Honestly, Quay, because Quay is such a gem. Um, but anyways, he's wondering if Quay is blitzing or tracking, basically covering. So he's like, "Hey, I want you to go over here real quick and see what I'm looking at." And Quay, he goes over here, and sure enough, Quay kind of wanders a little bit over here as well. Now, it's hard to know if it's indirect or if he was kind of already moving there anyways. He kind of looks like he was already moving there. Maybe Aaron's like, okay, yeah. He's probably going to chip him. And so he's like, all right, recheck the coverages. And he tells, so when they tap their head, and when they tap their head, it usually means like recheck the coverages, can. So he's telling can, go back over there and see who's shifting. And sure enough, Quay kind of shifts over again. And even more so, they're pointing at Quay. Center's pointing at Quay. I think Aaron even points at Quay. So what I think they're happening here is, remember, I've said before, Quay's good at the run and rushing. Run / rush. But he actually is super good at covering too. I think even last week when I talked about him versus Marvin Harrison, how it's like such a mismatch. Well, like even when it went down, like he was there. He was really tracking him pretty well. And I think, I don't know if I'll show a clip, but there was definitely a few times in the game that Quay was just tracking him all the way. So basically what they think here is they think Quay is blitzing, because also you have Micah Parsons, right? So they're thinking Micah Parsons, he's going to get double teamed here, and Quay's just going to have a free shot. So that's why Aaron's pointing at him. And then when Aaron moves him over here, so what he's thinking is Cooper, remember, is good at the pass. What he thinks is Quay's going to be blitzing. Cooper's going to have to shift over here to cover the big man tight end, right? And so when that happens, and then DK is just going to run like straight, McKinney's going to have to cover him. Aaron's thinking, oh, I'll just get a quick flick out here. But the reason where that all falls apart for Aaron, as you'll see, is that that's a really big bet that Quay is blitzing, basically. Like, they are betting the house, or not betting the house, but they're making a solid bet that Quay is blitzing. Because if he's not blitzing, and he takes this guy, which he is, he takes this guy, which he is, and he takes this guy, which he is, you are like super loaded. I guess Rashawn's not there. You are very loaded on a side with only two players, I guess. Like, I mean, if you're Aaron and you keep the running back here and you do what he's going to do on the right here, I guess there's more players that way. I don't know. It's just like, it's just interesting. But yeah, regardless though, is Quay doesn't blitz. Quay covers him. And remember, Edgerrin Cooper, he's our guy. He's just like such a good container, just reads quarterbacks so well. So he maybe even is seeing this. He's like, oh, they're not really paying too much attention to me. Oh, and there's another little mind game here as he tries to do a little bit of a hard count, and you could see Valentine just like kind of barely jumps a little bit to show that he's dropping out, but he quickly gets back, like right here. See, he's gonna go take a foot, like a half step, and then lean back in because he doesn't want to expose that he's given more pressure, or he's letting off the pressure, so Aaron can just throw a quick out route because this is like he's doing like an in route. So anyways, Valentine plays it well. So he kind of moves and then goes back, and Aaron looks back over at him and it's like, oh, okay, did he move a little bit? I don't know. He's not moving much. we'll go. And then this when Valentine really drops back out. But Aaron's already made up his mind. Um, but one reason that's I think maybe this kind of mess with McDuffie, slide him back out when he hikes, kind of mess with, because Quay doesn't move an inch, which maybe suggests he's not blitzing. And yeah, hikes the ball, stands completely flat-footed. Aaron must be seeing that, and he's just thinking, okay, shoot, well, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. If you're Aaron and you see Quay not blitzing, I think that's where he's looking. Like, he takes the ball. But, I mean, yeah, this is honestly not a great play by Aaron, because he's just going to throw it here, and Cooper just reads it all the way. I mean, that's what Cooper does. He just reads this stuff all day long. Makes that tackle because he's Cooper. And, yes, I don't know. Pretty interesting from Aaron. I think he kind of misread it. I think he bet a little bit too much on that Quay was blitzing. He should notice that Quay's not blitzing. And, yeah, my best throw is there, basically. And he still has a solid pocket. Kind of throws it early. I don't know. I know. I get the idea of you want to give it to your running back, let him make a play. But once you see he's not blitzing, I mean, you have 3 players over here to your 2. This guy who's way behind the line of scrimmage, right? He's gonna make up He's gonna make up ground, and then you have essentially double coverage on DK. Well, yeah. So I don't know. Well, also this is just a great. It's just a great play, or as far as defensive, this is just great defense of like cover 1 robber, because you have your good safety here. McKinney, since there's only one player, he's playing a little bit up. He's good to go back. He's also kind of able to cut it off in case it is. Does back up a little bit. But yeah, see, even Cooper's here. Like, he's just in such a good position, right? Because if he cuts in here, which he does, but he reads it before he even throws it, then, like, basically Cooper's here to block off any try of a slant, because he's right there. And then also, like, if he does go deep, then McKinney's there, right? And he's there for containment. Like, it's just so well defended, actually. And if you're a Packer fan, you are loving this. I mean, he's cutting off the in route. Keyshawn's playing tight. Quay's right on his dude. McDuffie's basically right on this dude, ready for Williams to absorb. Now, Valentine is a little bit off, but he's not even looking that way. Valentine says it. I mean, he already sees the ball is coming out. And, yeah, then he's just there to wrap it up and make the tackle. And it's just, wow. That's just great defense right there. But, yeah, see, remember, I mean, if you're Aaron, granted, this all is happening super fast. I have this at 0.7 speed. I think if you're betting Quay's blitzing, which I have to assume that's what he thinks, because, like, he must know. If he doesn't think if he thinks Quay's, or maybe is that it? Does he see Quay stand, and then he thinks Cooper's blitzing? Therefore, he'd have an open guy here? I don't know. Either way, I don't know. We're not in Aaron's head. But he's one of the all-time greats, so I don't know. Who knows? But also, I'm able to slow it down and go back and forth and see where everyone's at. So I think maybe me with 10 minutes looking at this on 0.7 speed is as good as Aaron in real time. Only one quick little glance. But, yeah, I don't know. Either way, very well played by the Packers. I mean, super well played. Because even if, yeah, I mean, this is just great defense. Everyone's picking up their dudes. We are trusting our 4 to get after him. And they kind of are already kind of in on him. But, yeah, he's just able to make the play. So, great plays. Great plays. All right, this is going to be, man, going through the film. Packers did actually really flash. I originally said they're in trouble, I think. It is not looking that way, actually. There's definitely stuff still to work on. I mean, the run game is really where we fell apart. like in the second quarter. But this is like exactly like it almost seemed like they fixed a lot of the problems of last week, right? Of coverages, who gets who, and this is just like in just allowing when you cover the right people, you're allowing your front four just to wreak havoc. And this is like great play because Micah Parsons this whole game, or a lot of this game, was lining up right here. Now, I don't think it would be such an absolute mind melter if Micah Parsons went into coverage. So there's no way he's like such a good runner. But the idea is to, I guess, maybe just throw that idea out in their heads just a little bit, just kind of confuse them. But they're definitely still betting he's rushing. But also to have someone like Micah Parsons who's super fast and quick and nimble, and it's a way of him getting like a one-on-one. And as you'll see here, he'll finally get a one-on-one because he's lining up in like these weird positions. Because like you'll have boom, boom, and then yeah. So this guy, I think that's Colby Wooden, but Wyatt was back in. Maybe this is why, I don't know. And then boom, and then boom. See, and then they're gonna have two guys on this, and the Packers just play this super, super well. The only guy you could kind of consider open is him. He's gonna like do his little cross route, but even Williams is there to ready to jump. And you'll also see by the time the throw is even possible, Parsons is basically in on him, and if Aaron does that, he risks a fumble. So we're just gonna watch a bunch of good things just happen here, right? Parsons blows up through the middle, so he's going to be able to get us one-on-one. So he kind of leaves this guy a little bit bamboozled. See, he's blocking no one. So well done, actually. Kind of bamboozles them, so they're not able to switch. Parsons going to get around this dude. And even, yeah, even Cooper's getting in, blocks up, stops Freiermuth. Bullard's going to, so blocks Freiermuth. Bullard's going to be getting on his guy. Quay kind of shortening up this receiver a little bit. And see, here's the throw where I guess you could say Aaron throws it right now. But there's two big problems. One, you got Williams, right? Actually, three big problems. One is you got Williams right here. He can zip on over, maybe even make an interception. I mean, like you could see, he is in athletic stance, ready to collapse this. Two, wait, is there only two? I guess originally for some reason. Two, you got Micah Parsons right here. He starts to wind up to throw this, he's gonna get nailed. So Aaron feels that, he knows it, and so he starts running to escape. And remember, I mean, we talked about this before. Packers are just, at least front four, they are playing such good complementary football of like Micah flushes him out so Rashawn can get him. I mean, that's exactly what happened the last week. It was Colby Wooden. Colby Wooden blew up his guy, which made Brissett flush out so Rashawn Gary could hit him from the back. I mean, is this not such a good... So Rashawn probably sees this, by the way. Rashawn probably sees that Parsons getting in, and no way Aaron... You know what I'm saying? Like, Aaron isn't getting out this way. He's getting set. There's no way for him to go. The only way for him to even escape Micah is through here. And Gary knows that, and he just meets. I mean, you'll see. He's just going to start running that way instantly. And by now, it's straight cooked. And they're just going to wrap him up, count it. And, yeah, everyone is just playing super well. I mean, every one of their guys is covered. That wasn't Cooper. This is Cooper, of course. I said that was Cooper. I don't know who that is. Oh, it's Kingsley and Barre. Anyways, I just love Coop, man. Such great coverage. And then even Keyshawn. Look at Keyshawn covering his guy. Let's go. Just love to see it. Look at Keyshawn staying on his dude. Oh, that was actually so good by Keyshawn. Look, see, he sees this, he kind of starts to tilt his head, and then he sees last second DK's sticking it back in. And so he flicks his head right back around, and he starts catching up with him again. And, yeah. I mean, wow. Once again, I guess you could say Bullard didn't fully take his guy. But keep in mind, this is a 3rd and 15. So Bullard, right, he knows he's okay The sticks are, I don't know, like right here. So roughly, the sticks are right here, roughly. So Bullard knows like, hey, it's all good if I tackle this guy right here. They're already like decently in field goal range, especially for Boswell. So yeah, see, he definitely is playing a little bit too much off. But I mean, look at how far the sticks are. He's not even in line with the 10-yard. So he's like, all he just needs to know is like, don't let this dude get super past me, and we're golden. And yeah, I guess the only thing you could say, there was a throw over the middle here, but even then, Quay is kind of right here. You can't zing it down, right? You can't throw it low because Quay's here, and he can maybe run over and cut it off, at least interfere. Can't throw it a little rainbow over him because then that'll give Williams time to cut it off. And then, yeah, just like not much time. And, yeah, Packers are able to take advantage. Wow, love that play. Go, Pack, go. All right, let's jump right into this next one. So after those great signs before, Packers held them to a field goal. And then, yeah, Packers got the ball right back. Jordan popped off. Tucker popped off, got a touchdown. And as you can see here, this is 2nd and 13. And, yeah, if you count back, like basically the first down is like roughly right here. And the Packers are, 2nd and 13. You're thinking a little bit of prevent. And, yeah, want to force them into a long-ish 3rd down. And this is a great play. 2 big stars of the show here. We got Cooper right here. It's going to be an absolute star, the guy the Packers needed. But also, one thing I've kind of noticed about Aaron here, though. So I got couple things. I got Aaron, and then a third thing, I guess, is generally what I think of how the Packers handle motion. So it's going to be pretty simple. So they take this guy in motion. So the reason why motion is like so oftenly used by certain teams and stuff is because like originally you had Keyshawn on this guy, right? And now this is like their fast receiver, right? And you had Keyshawn who's fast on him. So you throw him in motion, and the Packers really don't follow their guy in motion that often. So basically you're going to have like a fast receiver on, yeah, Cooper here. Which now remember, I love Cooper, but he's definitely not. What? That is such a terrible star I drew. Somehow it don't seem to go in. Cooper's fast. Obviously, he's not as fast as a receiver, but he does cover super well. So anyway, so that's that. So basically, when you do that, right, this Cooper's now have to cover him, and he's a receiver, and this is a little bit of a mismatch, right? Now Cooper's good, but this is a mismatch. You got a wide receiver on a linebacker, and the 2nd and 13. And Aaron's thinking, so what this route is going to be, it's going to be quick route here, out route. Aaron's thinking, oh, surely my wide receiver will bait out Cooper here. He'll make him step back because he's going to pretend to go fast and then cut in, and we can just get an easy 7 yards for, another 3rd and 7 or so, and just make a play, which is a good plan. And I've noticed this about Aaron watching the film and maybe the clip before, is that Aaron seems to like make up his mind and then kind of like he scans out the defense. He has a good plan that seems pretty solid. Got a little light bulb, right? Oh, that's a terrible light bulb, whatever. I'll get better at drawing over the years. He seems to like, yeah, make up his mind basically, sees this mismatch, and he's just going to take it without really scanning or seeing too much of what's going on. But yeah, because keep in mind then, like I said before, I mean, it is a mismatch for sure. Like you got the fast guy over here, you got medium fast guy here, and you have 3 fast guys on a side with 2 slow tight. I mean, this tight end, he's big man, but he's very slow in this tight end. And the Packers, granted, they don't pick up like after the motion. They don't pick it up great after. A little bit confusion because Bullard's instantly start looking for the here, which is definitely what he needs to do, contain. And I guess Williams is taking this guy and then Keyshawn. But see, Keyshawn. I just noticed this. Keyshawn's pointing. I guess nah, that was Keyshawn's guy. I don't know what he was. Maybe he was pointing at Williams to. He definitely was pointing at Williams to stay back. I don't know why though, because if Williams stays back, we'll get to this later. But because yeah, okay, right here, there's 3 things I want to talk about. Number 1 is this. I want to talk about this, number one. I want to talk about this, number two, and how it relates to Aaron. And then, of course, talk about number three. Um, so first part, yeah, Packers somehow don't. Keyshawn is definitely telling Williams to play back, but Williams is smart and he knows to play up. So I actually like this a lot. Keyshawn, I guess, relatively quickly realizes that this is his guy, and so he does run back, and yeah, this is well covered. Granted, I don't think this route is that good, um, but anywho, this is all picked up well. But like I said, and then this is number two, is if you kind of look here, if you see DK, I mean, if Aaron throws this with the timing right there, that's 3rd and 2. That's 3rd and 1. You know what I'm saying? Quay is not really close enough to get in the mix to obstruct the throw. And so I think Aaron thinks that, I mean, this is already tight. I guess that's what I'm saying, is Aaron's already made up his mind in the beginning. Like, Aaron's already made up his mind, which is a good mind to make up, kind of, because you have a mismatch. You have your fast receiver versus Cooper. But you're just going to see, like, Cooper doesn't bite on this deep route. He doesn't sell. Like, truth be told, he just barely tries to sell it. But I bet you if Austin, like, really sells him going deep here, then Cooper, like, gets flat-footed, and then you just cut in, and then there's that easy yards that Aaron's looking for. But, and this is maybe why you see Aaron scream so often at his players, is because, yeah, he really does make up his mind maybe before the snap, really. And, I mean, yeah, and if his player does what he's thinking, like if Austin sells this, that's all he has to do. He has to sell it. He knows he has the mismatch. If Austin sells it, but look how, like, he just, like, kind of runs at an angle, like, already is throwing out his planting foot. Cooper doesn't even but that's the thing about Cooper, though, he doesn't even actually watch. Wow. That's yeah, Cooper could have a sixth sense, but look, he's got his guy, watches him for a bit, flicks back his head, maybe after he sees him plant. Let's see here. Sees him, it's like, kind of, doesn't even bite, though, basically. Doesn't even bite. And he's totally watching Aaron all the way, and he's just going to read this so well and all of that jazz and almost pick it off, but he doesn't. But yeah, I guess kind of the thing is if Austin sells this a bit more and if Cooper bites, right, I guess I don't know, it's super hard in real time, but that's like your condition, right? If option 1, if Cooper bites, you go to Austin. Option B, if Cooper reads it, then you go to DK. Because basically, yeah, if Cooper reads this and he bites, or if Cooper reads this and he goes short, well, okay, maybe I'm actually, no. I apologize. Because since Cooper's reading, okay, actually, never mind, I apologize, Aaron. Because, yeah, truth be told, Cooper is just fully reading him. I guess Aaron could pump fake that way, then throw to DK there, but that's pretty tough. He's just going to let it rip, thinking his guy sold it well enough. He did not sell it well enough, and then leaving DK pretty open there. But the ball's already gone, and truth be told, Cooper was reading the quarterback, cheating. He definitely was cheating, looking at the quarterback. And so if Aaron sees that he's not biting and decides to go here, that's an interception. So this is actually the right throw, I think. Well, okay, this is the right throw. But truth be told, like, one of these options should have worked in. Yeah, I think it really comes down to two things of Cooper being a star and just reading it really well and just kind of understanding the situation. and Austin not selling it well enough because he really should have sold it. Just kind of runs it, and Cooper is just able to read it all the way. So a lot of things. It's like Aaron making up his mind a little bit here. Um, Cooper not selling it, Austin not selling it, and Cooper being a star. And yeah, just great football. This is great. Some great signs for the Packers. So yeah. All right, so this next one, I feel like it's such a great example of the Packers, um, just like still working on things, but it shows good signs. But how like, yeah, they can mess up and then they come right back. But here's a little bit of a mess up. This is my boy Valentine. Now Valentine, man, if you're a Packer fan, I don't know what you think about this guy. Um, I like him overall. I think he plays kind of a funky guy. He definitely has his goof ups, but he definitely plays pretty well a lot of times too. I don't know. I kind of like him. He's kind of a funny guy. Anyways, regardless, so what's gonna happen here is this gonna be like a three receiver just stacked out there. It's gonna be a run though to the right, and the Packers, man, they play this so well. All the setup is so well. Sorry, I just noticed Aaron's telling. Aaron's telling oh, I forgot to say this is 2nd and 5, so they just got 5 yards. So I don't know, roughly right around there. So they need to get, and it's gonna be a run to the left, and then Aaron's gonna wave off the receiver or the ref, tell him get out of here. Anyways, gonna send a little bit of guy in motion to hopefully, since it's gonna be a run this way, they want to try to push maybe him off a little bit more, or send Quay a little bit, or Evans a little bit more. Um, and Evans bites. Quay doesn't take it. He thinks, I don't know if he knows this is going run. But anyways, it's gonna be one of these like, I don't know if it was meant to be a run this way or a bop out situation. I forget exactly what those are called, because there's no, pinch and rolls or anything. So, but you could see the running backs instantly looking at binding out back here. Valentine reads it pretty well, and then you're thinking, if you're a Packer fan, you're like, oh man, you got Parsons right here, who by the way is absolute massive holding call. You're gonna see get no holding call, and then all you gotta think is okay. All Valentine's to do is just bop this guy in, and because we got all these guys stacked out, you're the only guy on the far outside. Valentine tries to be the hero, and so he comes up, and then Gainwell is just gonna he does a little hesitate, little hezzy, and so you got this little shake right there, and that's enough to make Valentine plant its feet, and then he's just gonna bop out and get 9 yards here. So and just so yeah, like pretty well drawn up. Maybe not the best executed. Valentine, something you just got to work at, and just situational awareness is just kind of containing, right? Um, but look at this, just absolute holding from it's. I mean, so all right, we already know he's bopping out. Look at this hold, and then pushes him after holding him. Look, okay, yeah. Sorry, I didn't notice it. Parson looks immediately at the ref and is like, "Dude, are you serious? Was that not the biggest holding call ever?" I mean, it was. This is just holding. Hold, push. I mean, come on now. Um, so anyways, almost a really good play there by the Packers, but poorly executed. But then we're gonna bop right into the very next play on a 1st and 10, and you're gonna see that the Packers do well. They learn, and it's going to be, once again, just kind of another run to left, and the Packers absolutely blow this up and just beat all their guys. So, yeah, this is a good sign. But you'll see later in the game that Steelers just start running all over them, and we'll break out down how that happened. But we'll just show here. Colby, I mean, yeah, that front four has got Wyatt, Kingsley, all these dudes. Look at just absolutely blowing up all the tackles, and just great stuff. Great stuff. So yeah, it's funny how you can go good to bad, but kind of like a misplay to a new play, and terrible no holding call. But yeah. All right, I need to be stopped. I'm going through this film. I'm like loving it all. And I'm just recording everything. Oh well. So this is very next play. Remember, like before, had a good so
well play design, kind of a slip up by uh, Valentine, and then yeah, then we do it super well again. And then here's the very next play to where we don't do it too well again. The Steelers show Steelers do a great job blocking, and they're just gonna make a massive hole. And see, it's like this guy's gonna roll back out and just fill this gap and hit Quay. And this is just very. Oh, sorry. No, he actually picks off. Oh wow, star this guy. He gets chips Parsons and goes to Quay. That's wow. And then he's able to just kind of sneak through, and that's just good running. That's just good blocking. That's yeah. This guy's gonna come over. Everyone's just blocking their dude, and then follows. Yeah, that's just good. And DK is covering Valentine. That's just good stuff. And so yeah, it's a very like 9 yard gain, 1 yard loss, then 8 yard gain, and then Valentine, remember, was the one that messed up and allowed the 9 yard gain, but he's gonna be a big star right here. Um, Now this is cover one, and he's playing way more towards DK. I believe that's McKinney, because yeah, I think Williams is here to cover these guys. And Rogers instantly going to start looking at this one-on-one. Because remember, Nixon has kind of struggled a little bit, and he's one-on-one, no help up top. But you can see, man, Nixon is right with him. Aaron knows it, sees it. Wow, that's so good by Aaron, actually. Look, he even, like, he could see that Nixon already is well running with him. So even by the time he flicks, his head, like, he already has given up. This is the point where I would say it's over, right? But Aaron just has been in the league so long, he just knows that it's over. Oh, he actually even looks over. He knows that the play isn't there right there even, which is, I mean, yeah, that's true. He definitely knows so. So right now, then he flicks to his second. So this is the first read, right? Then here's the second read. You can see they're kind of colliding here, and the Packers take. So yeah, I guess you're Um, kind of colliding there. I guess if you're Aaron, I don't know. You could try to zip it in here, but then maybe these guys think it's kind of colliding. But once again, I mean, you got is that Hobbs there? I can't tell. Or no, that's Williams. Um, but anyways, but then mind you, Aaron knows too. I think he knows well enough that like he's been looking this way enough, and he was cover one. That McKinney definitely starts cheating this way. I mean, you can't if the dude is just keeps looking that way. Remember, McKinney is supposed to be covering DK, helping out DK, but you just see Aaron keep looking over there. Um, Aaron knows that, so he's just gonna keep looking, look second, third, and he's just gonna see. Oh shoot, DK's kind of got a leg on him, and safety's definitely come down a little bit. Let's just take a shot at the end zone. And yeah, and you're thinking, man, this is classic. Aaron Rodgers is going to put it exactly where he needs to be. And he does. Look at that. You could say he could throw a little bit more over in here, but once again, you don't want the safety coming over. Let's just hit. He got inside leverage. Let's just keep that inside leverage. Just place it right where I need to. And he does, right in the hands. But Valentine says no. I mean, this is just so well defended. Goes for the ball, too. I guess you can't really quite see it. I saw the replay when I was watching it live. Yeah, there it is. Gets a hand on the ball and just swipes down with it, pops it out of DK's hand, incomplete pass. So well done by Valentine. He knows it, puts his finger up, so that's just fantastic. See right there.
All right, this next one is going to be super quick. This is the field goal after the Valentine block that we just watched. Um, Basically, I want to show this because this just shows like the refs were just bad tonight or last night, whatever. They are just bad with a capital B because basically this, I think, is the tight end. He's going to do one of the most gnarly holds on Nixon I've seen in a long time. And these bozos are just going to act like everything's all good. So let's just watch it real quick in its entirety. We could like slow it down. But this guy's just going to hold, like, he's just going to hold Nixon so hard he's going to spin him around. I mean, come on now. Nixon throws his hands up. He knows. I mean, look at this hold. Just reach out. Absolute yank. Completely spins Nixon into a tornado. Should be in Tornado Alley about how hard he'd be spinning here. And these refs are just clueless. Just thinking, yeah, hey, this guy, yep, everything looks good. This guy, yeah, everything looks good. Yeah, this guy, everything looks good. Nice. Got another guy up here. Oh, yeah, everything looks good. Just absolute bozos. Bozo refs. And I know that the Packers definitely got lucky on their fair share of penalties too, but this seems like an absolute no-brainer in my opinion, no? I mean, come on. So anyways, this hold takes him back 10 yards, right? Makes this 50-yarder into a 60-yarder, right? Now Boswell's good enough; he probably nails it anyways. But I just thought I'd throw that out. Anyways, all right, we're just gonna jump into the last one I want to talk about. We're jumping way ahead in time. A lot of good things happened. A few bad things. The Packers let up a touchdown and pass interference call. But to be honest, the last thing I want to talk about is this. And a lot of it is because the Packers, for especially the third quarter, quarter three, they did great. When you do the filter on the NFL All-Pro film room, there's only, I think, 4 times where the Steelers even completed a pass in the third quarter. And then they did let up, I think, 9 in the fourth quarter, but 7 of them came from just this drive, which they're already down big, so it kind of like didn't really matter. But the reason why I want to talk about this, though, is this is kind of similar to we want to be able to do red zone defense, right? We want the Packers to improve the red zone defense. And they love, even when they're in the red zone, they love playing the corner 2 nickel. Now, if you know the famous Brett Favre story, he's like, what the heck does nickel mean? They're like, oh, they subbed out the linebacker. He says, who cares? Well, guess what? We care, right? You got the 2 safeties here, and Bullard is almost always the, like, I actually don't even know what they call him when you're the one being substituted. I don't know how to stinking spell nickel. But anyways, he usually plays corner, but I think on the roster he's a safety, free safety. I'm not quite sure. But anyways, he's very physical. He's very good. But as much as I love him, man out of Georgia, love good Georgia players. I do think this is slightly going to be his fault. Granted, I think this is his second year, so he's still figuring it out. And yeah, I mean, this guy's second. I mean, Cooper's a second year. Bullard's a second year. Valentine, I think, might even be a second or a third year. We got a bunch super young team, super young team. Williams is for sure second year at least. So we got they're a very young team, which they're just gonna have little misplays like this, but it shows a ton of talent that if say we get in the playoffs and they really start communicating well, it's gonna be amazing. So basically what's gonna happen here, we're going back. Cover 2, like we said, 2 linebackers that we know and love, Quay and Cooper, and then we got our corner / safety Bullard subbing in. So we got our classic nickel defense and Valentine, and we're playing off on the ends here. Now basically what's going to happen here is that Bullard and Williams kind of get baited in, and this does just kind of seem to happen just a lot in offense when you run inside routes and stuff, and maybe your guy's getting beat, and you let Cooper and Quay get distracted by a running back or something. Then you can pump fake over the middle, get the safeties to bite down, and then you have the one-on-one option. But and that's basically what's gonna happen. So here's the pump fake. There's Aaron pump faking, and you could see Williams really starts to bite on this because Bullard's playing pretty off his dude. And if you kind of just go back and watch, Bullard, it kind of seems like Bullard realized it a little bit too late. He's like, oh shoot, wait, that's my guy. So he kind of got turned around, and then I don't know. He just really seems to be playing prevent defense up front, from a corner, even though you have Quay right here. So it seems a little interesting for sure, and I think that's definitely why Williams bugs in. But honestly, the more film I watch of Williams, this kid is good. I rarely see this guy make mental errors that at least had some thought behind them. Love how I say that. But yeah, he's definitely sees Aaron pumping, and he comes in, and that's, you know, whatever. You could say he should have done that, but at the same time, like, Aaron definitely wanted to throw this first. I don't think Aaron's pumping him to fake him out. Aaron like wants to make this throw, and I think he stops because he sees Williams. And then you're gonna see he sees Williams coming down. Then Aaron's gonna like throw his hand out, I think, to this guy and tell him to go back. He's telling his guy to go this way. Watch, he'll throw him the hand. See there? And so he's trying to tell his dude, hey, go over there. That's gonna be open. And then I think when he does that, he looks over and he sees this. And so when he sees that, he's gonna be like, oh shoot, there it is. And Aaron's just gonna zip it in there. Well, kind of lob it. Actually, you can't quite zip it because these dudes are right here. And it is a little bit behind. Lets Valentin get close and almost make a play. I think he took 4 steps, so it did. But still, good strip out by Valentin for sure. But yeah, then a lot of it is, I think it's just like a good route run, and you could say Valentin just kind of got, because look, he's looking at Aaron. He's looking at Aaron the whole way right here. And then I think when he sees the arm go up too, because like right around the time when Aaron's telling this guy to run over, is right when Valentin looks back, right? Throws his arm out. Valentin kind of looks back, and then yeah, I mean that receiver, I forget who it is. He just does a good job of kind of like running slow, like puttering a little bit, and then just dashing, which really gets Valentin off guard. So this is just good route running, and I've definitely hyped up the Packers a lot this year of their front four, right? And I was like, and that's the whole reason why they play cover 2 nickel is because they are going to bank on the fact that their guys are going to get to the quarterback before their receivers get up, before our cover corners and safeties and linebackers, before we let them get open. But you're going to see also that the offensive line just does a great job. Like, shoves Micah down, shoves Kingsley and Barre down. Scott Wyatt fully blocked up. And, yeah, you can see, like, they're just holding the pocket very well. And so, yeah, if this was, the Packers make the bet that at this point in time, at this little clock, at this point in time, they're already in on him, and he's going to have to throw it, which is like, so I do think the Packers played it well, because, like, if you see Aaron point, if you see a quarterback ever just point ever, just like, oh, go that way, that means it's what the routes were originally designed is over. It's all just backyard football now. And so that's kind of what that's what I see very well about this number 10 is you kind of see, I think at this point his route's kind of over. I think he literally was just doing this, but then I'm sure that he sees all this green grass, right? And then Aaron's hand, and he just starts taking it. Oh, wait a second. Oh, I misunderstood Aaron's point. I actually don't think he's pointing to this guy. I think he already looks off. Aaron's looking at this guy. He's telling this guy to go in the corner? Or is he messing with? Okay, I don't know. Aaron could be playing the big brain against Valentin here. I don't know, because I'm just realizing that. Actually, look. He looks off. Guy over the middle. Oh, well, I don't know. Who knows, actually. Actually, I think my first assessment is right. Because let's watch his eyes. Let's watch his eyes. He takes it. First looks there. Then looks, I think, he's over the middle. Kind of looks like he's looking here. Here, kind of. And then here. And then, yeah, I don't know. It's tough. I mean, the only part that makes me think he like realized in the beginning when I said he's telling this guy to stop and run that way, and then he sees they're open, is you'll kind of see him flick his head right there. See, he like does a double check almost. He's like, go, oh, whoa. And so then like at this point he sees, let's see when he points. So Valentine just stopped looking. He signals his dude to run over, but this guy's starting to really cut in here. Oh well, I mean, we could talk about this for hours, honestly, and the Packers probably will. But I mean, yeah, this is just Aaron just being good, messing with people's eyes, staying nice in the pocket, and yeah, basically the Packers usually don't have to wait this long. Uh, Usually if they're covered this long, you know, we got dudes that get in on them. And so yeah. Also, what a kind of a small little blunder. Nah, it's fine. So yeah, that is basically it. So the Packers end up winning 35-25. Get the win over Aaron Rodgers here, Mr. Sad. I think he played pretty well this whole game. Can't really blame him. I mean, he didn't really make any mistakes in my mind. Few times I think he should have thrown it to another place. All right. Well, that is it. Basically, that's all I have. Um, Basically, a note is that Packers secondary made big improvements, I think, from last week for sure. Because for one, I think the Steelers offense is much better than the Cardinals, and we played better. Now, I know you're saying, oh, they got 25 points, Josiah. Now I know what you're saying. They say they got 25 points, and what I say to that is, yes, but they got only two touchdowns, right? So and then they went for the second, didn't get it. So you subtract that. That's four field goals. That's really good. That is four times they held them to just a field goal. Um, but still, still a lot of stuff to work on. But anyways, that is Aaron Rodgers coming back. Well, not coming back, but so anyways, but that is Aaron Rodgers playing his team, the Packers, and it was a good game. So yeah, that's my take.